Erasure is a performance that I did based on the 43 disappeared students from Ayala, Mexico. And I did a performance in which I painted myself out black in commemoration of those students that were obliterated by the Mexican government. And through this performance, I took several gallons of acrylic black paint, and I proceeded to kind of like paint myself into this blackness. It was an hour-long performance, and I took several video stills and translated those into very large oil paintings. Even though this occurrence was in a very small town in Mexico, I often feel very close to what's happening there socially and politically, and I just felt like I had to do an action that commemorated what was an attempt to protest and to speak out against something that was happening. And when these students not only got shut down and shut up, they were completely obliterated. And so for me, it's a way of, even though I'm from afar, it's a way of me standing up for them. I actively am doing that action of erasing myself. When something's no longer there, it intrigues people. When people want to find out more about it, they want to see it again, right? Through absence, there's a yearning, right? And so I think for me, it was through this absence of my identity, I was kind of wanting people to question, who are these students? Who are these 43 individuals? I think it brings awareness, and whether or not they can feel that connection or that closeness, it just brings awareness to what is happening in the world. And I think that this type of erasure happens so much through immigration, through inaccessibility to resources. So I think we do human erasure in a variety of forms. I want visitors to walk away with this feeling of valuing human life. I think so oftentimes we get demarcated or parted into denominations of race and cultures, and I think ultimately it's under one humanity, right? And for me, it's like acknowledging that every person's life has a very, very strong value. By removing my own self, it allowed me time to digest this information. I'm incredibly visceral, so whatever's happening in the world, whatever's pulsating in the world, I take in quite physically. And for me, art's a way to be able to interpret what's occurring and to be able to kind of relay how I feel about all the currents that are happening, you know, whether it's socially, politically, creatively. Art is so important as a way to kind of check in on your own emotional climate and intellectual climate. Art allows you to have a little bit more of an abstract and open perspective on how to interpret the world. And so it becomes more voluble and malleable. We have different voices. I think from the array of artists, we're talking about different perspectives and different viewpoints in which we find that we build up that part of that landscape, that Tierra, that Mexico is, not within just its country, but extends beyond those boundaries.